Most people's biggest problem is that they think that they shouldn't have any problems in the first place. See, problems are here to help us grow, and overcoming these challenges and these problems, that's where growth comes, that's where we get better. You know, you don't have a problem at school and, you know, in the tests and all that, you don't have those problems just for the sake of it. You have them so it makes you better. That's why it's problem solving, because you find the answer and you go into the next one. So in this video, I'm going to give you 8 habits that you can use to fix most of your problems if you follow these. So number 1, start with the hardest things first. Now, if you think about this, a lot of people put those things off. They do the easy things first. They might even, procrastinate because it's like, oh, I don't want to do this, so if I take the time, then I won't have to worry about it, I can do it tomorrow. And then we keep putting it off. For one, you're gonna just keep making that problem worse because you keep putting it off. The longer you put things off, generally, the worse it becomes, the harder it becomes to tackle, and maybe the more it festers and the more it builds. Where if you just go, right, this is the biggest thing I need to do and tackle that first, anything you do after that feels like you've already accomplished so much. There's a book by Brian Tracy that's called Eat That Frog. And so Eat the Frog is taking that, what's the big frog? What is the big thing to do that day that's gonna make the biggest difference? And you hit that first. You know, maybe the thing that's you're gonna take the most amount of time, the most amount of effort, maybe the thing you've been putting off for a little bit. Maybe it's like, a little bit uncomfortable. That's the thing to work on. There's a saying, the results that you're looking for in life is in the work that you're avoiding. So if you want to get better, the stuff that you're putting off, that's where your answers lie, and that's where those improvements come. And you'll find that your problems, and having more problems, you won't have the same capacity for those same problems, because as soon as they come in, you will work through them because you tackle them first. Super important, if you're watching this video right now and you're like, this seems like a lot of work, it seems hard, I'm not built like this. Bullshit, that's just a bullshit story you're telling yourself. You've got to train. You can either train or you can play, and there's no in between. Now, we train men like you every single day. Men who want to take their life to the next level, men who want to recreate themselves, men who want to step up as the leader of their family, of their businesses, of their communities, of their companies. And so if you resonate with any of this, down below, what you're going to see is a description of this YouTube video, and inside of that there's going to be a link. Click on that link, enter your name, enter your phone number, enter your email address, and my team will personally reach out to you, showing you the 4 steps and the 4 stages that can help you get to where you want to be. So if you're serious about recreating your life, if you're serious about stepping up into the man that you know that you can be, managing your life, managing everyone else's life because you manage your own, then let's do it. I'd love to see you on the inside. So number 2, work out every single day. And I mean physically work out. Problems are so much easier to work through, and life is so much easier once you work out in the morning and you have a hard workout, you push yourself mentally. Going to the gym, building your body is more of a mental than it is physical. You've got to push yourself. It's 90 to 80% mental. And so if you come out of the gym and you're feeling good, your mind's strong, then diving into that problem is going to be so much easier than it is before. I really believe that going to the gym, working out builds so much mental strength, so much mental toughness, that if you're not doing that, I highly recommend just getting in and start doing it, because it's going to help you get over so many more problems. It helps build confidence. It helps you feel better within yourself, and that's what's going to help you fix some of these problems so much easier. Number 3, know the score. Now, this should be done daily. And what do I mean by this is you need to know where you're at. You can't track what you don't measure. And a lot of people, they don't actually know where they are. They're just, all over the shop. If I asked you a question, if you're in business, what are these numbers? Where are these at? Most people wouldn't have a clue. I have all of my graphs up on the wall in my office where I'm like, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is what's happening. And I look at them all the time because I know the score. I want to know the score, because here's the key point. What we focus on expands. So if we're focusing on the things that we want to expand, like income, or our body composition, if we focus on it and we want it to lose weight, if we're focusing on measuring, it doesn't mean that it's going to go up. So what you're wanting to happen will happen because you're focusing on it, right? You're putting more energy towards that. So we want to know the score, we want to track things, even if you have a job, track your income. You still want to get used to tracking. You can never measure it if you don't track it. And that is something that should be done daily, all the time. Any other metrics that you've got. I love graphs because they're visual, you can see them, and also it allows you to see where you're at. Because as I said, if you don't know where you're at, you'll just be in no man's land. Number 4, feed your mind daily. Leaders are always readers. Books are one of the most powerful things that you can do. Reading obviously builds more skills inside of your mind. We're becoming so much more digital these days that reading books, physical books, is going out the window. But I highly recommend reading physical books. There's a reason why so many people who are super well known, they read lots of books because there's so much knowledge in them. You literally can take someone's life work and read it in a book. There's so much out there, and you just learn from these people, the more knowledge that you have. One of the key points is even further is if you can read something that is going to allow you to be better to help other people, then that's really powerful. Like if you say that you want to be, start this business or whatever, and if you read all those things that are in the business that's going to help you grow your business and help serve more people, that's amazing. So always remember, feed your mind daily. All right, number 5, teach daily. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean teaching as in one of the best ways to retain information is to teach it. If you have to teach it, generally you take in 90% of it. Whereas if you just listen to it or if you just read it, it's very low. So if you take it and learn it like you've got to teach it to someone, then you're going to retain so much more. And so there's a few ways you can do it. One, if you've got team, if you've got friends, you can do it like that. You can have a buddy that you teach each other, maybe what you learn each day. And it doesn't have to be much. It could just be a quick little voice message like, hey, I just learned this today. This book that I was reading, this chapter, whatever it was, I learned this, and this. Then you have to actually learn how to speak as well, which is so important. Now there's a key point here. If you are wanting to create more content, if you're in that space, one of the best things to do is to create content for it. You're teaching everyone else. So not only are you learning it, but then you're getting free content because you're just learning all these things that then you can put them back out and teach everyone what you've just learned. Now you don't have to be a master of it. And if you feel like maybe you need to say, you know what, I've only just learnt this, then you can say that and say, this is what I've just recently learnt, X, Y, Z. And then you're actually teaching it and you'll retain so much more information. Information is useless if we don't do anything about it. There's a lot of people that know a lot of things and then they're useless. Also, if information was the only thing and knowledge was the only thing, we would all be rich, we'd all be happy, we'd all have six packs, we would all be living the dream. But knowledge is not the answer. Knowledge helps, but there's so many things that go on top of that as well. So teach, and then you'll be able to retain so much more knowledge, and do that daily. Number 6, prepare the night before. Prepare for tomorrow. This is key. So many people, they don't do this. They don't prepare the day before. You will see such a big improvement if that happens, because not only are you preparing the night before, which means getting to bed on time. I don't want to be, I'm not your mother or your father, but do it. Sleep is so important. So prepare the night before. Now, a lot of people too, they have so much stuff going on inside of their mind from the day that they've just had. If there's any things that you need to do, any things that you didn't get done that you feel like you need to get done, write them down so then you get them out of your head. One of the biggest things that holds people back from sleeping is their thoughts are going crazy, their mind's going crazy. So if you can get things out of your mind before bed, if that's what normally happens for you, then you can literally brain dump, get that stuff and come revisit it the next day. You can always prepare all of the things that you need to as much as you can the night before, the day before. Prepare the tasks that you've got to do. You could literally map out your whole day, obviously depending on what you do. Then set you up for a massive thing the next day. Preparing for the next day, either in the morning or at the night before, is one of the biggest things that will help your productivity, will help your performance at work or in your business and all those things. Number 7, keep a do not do list. Every time that I have gone to the next level, it's because I've stopped doing something that was holding me back. right? Success is not in the things that you're doing as such, it's more about what you're not doing. You know, you think about all the successful people, then they're not doing a lot of things. They're doing all of these other things, but they're also probably doing a lot of things that you're not doing, a lot of things that you might be doing. And so have a do not list. Like, there's a lot of things I don't do. I don't, drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs and all that stuff. There's a lot of things that I don't do because then I know that doing that is the opposite. It's like if you have a do not list, you can't not do anything else but the do list. So remove all of these and naturally you'll just start doing the things that you want. And that's the secret. Rather than trying to tell yourself you need to do this, take away the things that are holding you back, that are stopping you from getting to the next level. Every level has a devil and you've got to beat that devil to get to the next level. Whatever that devil is generally something that you've got to remove from your life or get rid of or, improve so you get to the next level. And lastly, number 8, don't do things twice. What do I mean by this? If you have to do something over and over again, like a repetitive task, then you need to have a system in place. Now I get bricklayer, it's going to be quite repetitive and you're doing the same thing. You can't really necessarily get as many systems in there because you've got to lay those bricks. I'm sure there's different bits and pieces around. But what I mean is, like, if you are doing things in your life that you're doing over and over again, make it a process, make it quick as possible. There's a lot of things in my business where if I do it twice, I just get Loom, I do a little Loom video, send it off to the team and make an SOP around this. So I know that someone else can just walk in and do it and I don't have to do it. That's the quickest way to get your time back. That's the quickest way to be more efficient. Now, some of you might say, well, I don't have that, I don't have a business, I don't have the luxury of someone else to do it. Yes, but you can still make things faster. If you have to do it over and over again, it should be as efficient as possible. And there may be a time comes when you can get someone else to do it for you. So those are those 8 things, master them, go back through, look at everything that I've just covered here and make sure that you implement those things, because at the end of the day, you've only got one life. Now, you can waste it or you can actually make something of it. The choice is yours. And it starts with your habits. And if you create amazing habits in your life, then your life is going to be amazing. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you feel like someone that you know should hear this or there's some good points on this, then share this to them. Drop in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. You made it to the end of the video and you are one of the top 1%ers who get to this point. Now, if you're sick and tired of not growing to the level that you want, if you're sick and tired of being the same spot that you were 12 months ago, if you're like, you know what, I've got so much more to offer, but I don't really know how to get there, then if that is you, down below, book in your call with one of my team. Just enter your phone, enter your email, and enter your number. And hey, look, we can't reach you if you enter details that are wrong. So enter your right details. We'll be able to reach out to you. We'll show you the 4 stages that we take men through that's going to completely rip you out of your current situation and push you in a new direction that where you want to go. I will push you as hard as I can to get that outcome for you, because I know how much the life is good on the other side of it when we get out of the shit, when we get onto where we want to go. So click the button and I'll see you on the other side.